Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. Paul Jasson with you. We are downtown, of course, at Fairfield Federal at the beautiful holiday time of the season. As you can tell by our backdrop here, it is beautifully decorated here in the bank, and around town it's just a magical time of the year, no doubt about it. And as we like to say, there is no lack of wonderful events to attend, whether it's plays or musicals or kids events going on, or the Glass Museum raising of the ball on New Year's Eve. There's just a myriad of events going on this time of the year, and sometimes it's hard even for us to get them all in, but we're going to go with one of them today. It's always a tremendous event coming up this Sunday out at Faith Memorial Church. It's the Lancaster Community Band, and we'll talk about that, and the growth of them is really phenomenal. If you've been a follower of them over the years, they have just continued to grow and just a great sound they have each year. So it's Triumph of the Skies. That's the concert this year out at Faith Memorial Church coming up this Sunday.
Yes.
Our guest today is Judy Rehrer, the conductor of the Lancaster Community Band, and it's almost showtime. It's getting here. What do you got? A couple more practices, one or two maybe?
Yes, a couple. Yeah, a couple dress rehearsals.
Yeah, and you always need those.
Yes.
Because you always feel like, I'm not there yet, but I can get there.
Right. It's always very helpful to hear what it's going to sound like in the facility.
Sure, and that's nice there. Now, so this is what, 3 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Out at Faith Memorial Church. It's free admission. That's always a great thing there. It's always so well attended. And that's a great venue to see padded seats. We like to say that. They're padded. They're comfortable. Right. You can sit there in a nice wide church there to see things up on the stage. But as I remember, just even last year's concert, your folks fill that stage up. The band
they do.
And that's a wonderful problem, I'm sure, to have, is the growth of the community band continues to increase.
Which is wonderful.
Sure.
Which is wonderful, because I think some people have said that we're Lancaster's best kept secret.
That may be.
Because not a lot of people know about us.
Yeah.
But then, there are some. And then we've had several that have joined us recently, and they've asked themselves, why haven't we done this before? So that's nice.
No, well, again, the quality of music is just terrific. I mean, it's when I listen to who is the one that does the sleigh ride?
Leroy Anderson.
Leroy Anderson. I mean, it sounds so much like that, which is the version of that.
Yes.
Every song has a version, and that's the version of that song is the Anderson version. But the group is so strong musically. I mean, kudos
really
to you
is.
and all your performers. They just do a great job.
They do a wonderful job. We have such talented musicians, and a lot of the newer ones that have come in recently are band directors from the area.
Really?
Yeah.
How great is that?
So we've got all these wonderful people. Yeah.
I've talked about this a lot with, I think when I've had you on, when we talk about the other things you do with the festival and with the kids and during the festival time, is that there used to be a time here in Lancaster where if you were an artist, maybe you were drama in plays in school,
Right.
high school around here, or if you sang in your choirs around here, that's all great. Then you go away to college. Maybe you do at Summit College, but you come back here, there wasn't much going on. Well, in the last decade or so, that's changed dramatically.
Definitely.
We have 2 or 3 groups here that do plays all around, like OUL and the Garrett and the Lancaster Playhouse. We have lots of singing groups anymore where people can go back and sing. And now even for people that play instruments, there are bands like yours they can perform in. Lancaster has been very fortunate to keep kind of this whole artsy thing going on.
Oh, definitely. It would be great one day to have a big facility where we could all participate in.
That's always been the talk. Always been the chatter. But
yes, maybe one day it will happen.
Maybe it'll come day. But until that happens, again, that's a nice venue. And now it'd be a little crowded for you up on the stage. But for those of us who sit out in the hinterlands and on the padded seats and get to hear. It is so comfortable out there, and the acoustics there are just terrific.
Oh, they're wonderful. They are absolutely wonderful, and we will figure out how to get everybody in there. And you mentioned sleigh ride. You'll enjoy it this year.
A little twist?
A little twist. It's still sleigh ride,
sure.
But you'll just have to watch the percussionist.
Well, that's always who I look at on that song. That's always who I look at. They have about as much fun as you're allowed to have in band.
Yes.
And maybe at times too much. I'm sure you have to rein them in sometimes.
Oh, rehearsals
They're percussionists,
are interesting.
yes. So you do what? Maybe a half a dozen concerts a year around the festival and. With the band staying here, and you have a couple out at Rising Park you
Yes.
do on afternoons, Sunday afternoons. So, and they're all free. I mean, it's just great the work you do.
I just love giving to the community. Some people ask why we don't charge, because we don't make a lot of money as a band, but it's just I feel like we're giving back to everybody.
Well, I know the community appreciates it, and again, even at the ones that out at Rising Park, when you do it right near the tennis courts, right there where you perform, there's always a great crowd there to hear that, and it's outside, and it's if it's a beautiful day, you're under the shade there. It's wonderful. So, how long have you been working on these Christmas songs? How much time are you able to devote to that?
We started on October 1st.
A couple months.
And so a couple of months, and a couple of weeks ago we thought we're ready to do a concert now. It came together pretty well. There's some still things we need to iron out, but the music is challenging. It's very fun to hear, but it is challenging. And someone said, "What are you doing to me?" but they love it. I haven't heard any complaints.
Is this? For those of us who would say attended last year, many of the songs from that, plus some additional or some changes going on?
Oh, everything is different except for Sleigh Ride. Yeah, that's kind of a staple that people want to play. So it's still there, but everything is different. We have new music.
Yeah, it's always a fun time. And what are the ages of the groups? I know you have some people that appear to be just out of high school, and then you've got some that have been there a couple years.
Yes, we have some that have been there a couple of years. We've got a gentleman who is 84. He's played with us for a long time, and a trombonist who I believe is 81.
Nice.
And those are the oldest ones, and they just keep playing. And actually, the 84-year-old plays in other ensembles as well, and he just keeps going. That keeps you going. Music is definitely your life. It keeps you moving.
Now, of the many gigs that you're involved in, and it's a lot, I mean, from Fisher Catholic, the bands and the things you have going on there to the other things you have going on, is this the most fun thing you do? Is it? I know it's obviously very challenging, but it looks like it'd be so much fun.
I love what I do.
Yes.
I really love what I do. It all involves music. The community band is a wonderful thing. And then, of course, my band's at school. And then I have Flutesia, the flute choir, and we've grown a little bit as well. And so we've got a lot of things going on. You should see my calendar for this month.
I can imagine.
It's been amazing, how I can remember to get to things. But
and I mentioned this to Wes Osborne, who does the narration for your group, that this time of the year, if you are a pianist, or if you're a band director, or a singer, or somebody that plays an instrument, your calendar fills up rapidly on this.
Definitely.
And with somebody like you who does all those things, there's probably, to get a breath and take a day back is probably pretty exciting.
It really is. If I get a day off, it's exciting.
So it's coming up this Sunday, Triumph of the Skies. Does that mean something within the concert?
It's one of the titles of the song, and I like to look at the titles and see which one jumps out that's talking about all the pieces.
Sure.
And that seems to be it with all the music we have. It's like just a triumph of the skies.
And there's always some very meaningful moments, which I suspect that Triumph of the Skies is, and some ones that harken back to maybe more serious times when you were a kid. You think about things, and then again, there's some really fun pieces that you always throw in. You kind of probably try to cater to everyone.
Yes, we have one called Minor Alterations,
I've never heard of that.
So
That's a Christmas song?
Yes.
Really?
And it's got Christmas songs in it, but they're kind of a little different with a minor take on them. So a little, and part of one sounds like we've gone into Fiddler on the Roof. There's just parts of it, but it's really fun. Really fun.
Well, if you're somebody out there that hasn't had an opportunity to see the Lancaster Community Band, this Sunday is a perfect opportunity. It's probably the most fun concert all year, and they're all good, and this one falls in that category too, but it's just a very fun concert to attend out there. It's a great time. It's 3 o'clock this Sunday at Faith Memorial Church, yes. Free admission, but get there early. It's a lot of play, but if you want to sit where you want to sit, like you're all church people, you have a pew you'd like to sit in, get there early and get right. it. But there's always a nice crowd on this, and I have no doubt that it'll be another wonderful event. So congratulations on all the music that you give back to the community. I think we're very thankful that the community band is alive and well and really thriving in this environment. I'm sure during the COVID times it was a little tough. Things slowed down there and things were canceled and people couldn't always attend things, but you're back full go now and ready to go.
Yeah, I think COVID had a lot to do with it because we had to take a 13-month break. Mm-hmm. And then when we came back, we had to find a new facility that was large enough so we could space out. And as time has gone on, it's just like we just keep getting more and more, and it's fantastic. And we do have some students, some 16, 17-year-olds, in the group.
Well, if it's a well-kept secret, I think maybe the secret's getting out because I see more and more people, different people that haven't attended before. So best of luck. Again, this Sunday, Faith Memorial Church, Triumph of the Skies. Judy Rehrer, director of the Lancaster Community Band. Best of luck. Have a great concert, and we know it'll be wonderful.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you and all the band members.
And to you,
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.
We'll be back in Fairfield today in just a moment.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve home ownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
The reason why I do what I do is I love helping people, and I really love to work on understanding and striving to improve the lives of the people in our community. Being in Fairfield County is having a network of people around you.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. I want to say thanks to Judy Rehrer for coming in and chatting up the Lancaster Community Band. Again, this time of year, it's a lot going on, and this coming Sunday will be the event for them out there at Faith Memorial, so we're glad to have them on. And again, hope you get to probably not all the events that are going on, but many of them, because every weekend, almost every night, there's something you can attend this time of the year. Well, we're going to change it up a little bit. On Fairfield Today, we always like to have local artists on, and I'll give my close personal friend Amy Carpenter a heads up here, because she's the one that kind of told me about our next guest and her book, and said I might want to take a look at that and get some information, maybe have her on as a guest. I did, and I do. MaryBeth Tipton is on with me. MaryBeth, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
A local author, is this your first book?
This is my first book.
You think there'll be more, or was this enough for you?
According to my husband, this is my first of a few.
Of a few. Well, this is, I guess this would fall, Journey to Joy is the name of the book, MaryBeth's book. I got a picture of it we can show you there. And I guess we would term that in maybe the self-help kind of group, because I think in that book, and at this time of the year, I think this is, it really bubbles up. A lot of people have grief issues that they perhaps carried around with them, or maybe it's just brand new on the surface. But this is a book that helps people that understand that if something has happened to you or is happening to you, there can be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
And it's really a story about your life.
It is.
You had some things.
I've had a tough life, but I'm tougher.
Yeah, well, you find that out.
Journey to Joy is an inspirational memoir, so it is in the self-help genre. It is a survivor's guide to healing. Mm-hmm. It is a testament to resilience, and it does illustrate how profound suffering can become the foundation to growth, to wisdom.
And sometimes the more difficult moments make it more wonderful when you can get to the other side of that.
Absolutely. Life's challenges are opportunities for growth, but it requires a growth mindset, you know.
When did you start writing the book? How long has this journey in terms of the book been going on?
I've been writing for many years.
Yeah.
I was full of self-doubt. I'm not good enough. And some things I would write and I'd toss it in the trash, and then other things I'd write and store it away in folders on my computer. Mm-hmm. And I've been running a yoga business now for nearly 9 years, and I send out a monthly newsletter. And for years, people just kept saying, you need to write a book, you need to write a book. And I've always been someone who's wanted to take what I've learned and turn it around and use it to help someone else. And I do that through my writing, mm-hmm. through my monthly newsletters. And so I had a lot of folders full of a lot of things I've written. I do have a website, yogalivingllc.com, and I do have some blogs on there of things I've written as well. But really, it came together a couple years ago. I just said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to push self-doubt aside, and it might not be perfect or great.
But it'll be your story.
It might not be a #1 seller, but I have a story to tell, and if I can just help one person, then it's worth it. So it took me nearly 2 years to write it. It was not easy. It took a lot of courage. It took a lot of transparency, vulnerability. And in the middle of writing the book, I got rheumatoid arthritis. So I suffered for 1.5 years in terrible pain. Typing was not easy.
Sure.
And so about 1.5 years of living on prednisone, I finally have a medicine now that works, and I'm great. But there was a lot of work, a lot of tears that went into Journey to Joy.
So, and again, the book is Journey to Joy, and we'll mention it again, but where can this book be purchased?
So many places. Journey to Joy is on Amazon. It's in paperback and ebook for Kindle. It's also on Barnes & Noble, so if someone has a Nook, they can get the Barnes & Noble version for their Nook. It's on the publisher's site, BookBaby, as well. Most people prefer Amazon because they don't have to pay for shipping. Yep. It's also for sale currently in Lancaster at the Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Big Book Nook.
Wonderful place over there.
That I am so excited. I'm going to be visiting it a couple times throughout the month of December. And so there are some copies of the book at the Big Book Nook as well. And it's also on my website, so MaryBethTipton.com. There are links to Amazon, BookBaby, Barnes & Noble on MaryBethTipton.com.
So that's the place to go, kind of a clearinghouse. You go there and you can find all the other places. And I'll give it a quick plug for the Big Brothers Big Sisters place over there. That's my old junior high.
Yes.
I love that place. It's on the west side, which was where I grew up, on that side of town. So I'm so glad that Big Brothers and Big Sisters has done so well with that venue there, and now with the Book Nook in there. And it's truly an amazing place over there.
Anyone who is looking to clean out their library at home and donate some books, please donate them to Big Brothers Big Sisters Book Nook. They sell most of their books in there for $1.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful program.
So Journey to Joy, and this is your journey to joy. It's your story from beginning to end, and tough moments in there, tough things to read. So I can only imagine how difficult at times it was to write about that and really become kind of transparent and just talk about the things that maybe you've kind of pushed down, like all of us push things down and don't let out. I imagine getting through this and getting to the journey, to the joy part of the journey, probably helped you immensely.
Yes. Journey to Joy, we all have a story, right? We all have, no one is insulated from pain, no one's insulated from loss. It's happened to all of us at some point throughout our lives. And this book is for anyone looking to overcome life's challenges. For those that want to rediscover the joy to live a more fulfilling life. This book builds self-awareness, self-discovery. I have self-inquiry questions that help you heal and overcome, maybe shift perspective to see things differently. And then in the end, really, being able to let go, accept, forgive, and then move on to master your relationships. Create your way of being so that ultimately you are recreating who you are, how you show up for yourself, how you show up for others, and more authentic. Rediscovering a love for yourself. And the most important relationship you have is the relationship you have with yourself. And when you master that one, your other relationships, that follows.
I would imagine, and again, part of the cathartic effect, I'm sure, of this, again, we talked about, and you just alluded to that, was kind of helping you out of this too, getting through a lot of tough situations in your life. But I would imagine you've heard from people who have perhaps not your story, their own story, but perhaps it's similar to your story. They've read the book, they've put some of those principles in, and I would suspect that you've heard some pretty awesome stories about people that have been so thankful that your book is around.
I have had incredible feedback that I have cried over the feedback that I've received. I just got an email yesterday from a friend, a neighbor who was so moved by the book and found so much healing from the book that she has purchased 2 copies as gifts for Christmas. The feedback has been amazing. So I'm not looking to be a #1 bestseller. I want to help people. I want people to heal, and I want people to be joyful. And I've been told for a very long time that my joy and enthusiasm for life is contagious.
I bet.
And so if it really is, I want everyone to catch it.
Sure. And I would imagine that this time of year is difficult for people that are going through the kinds of things that you went through and maybe haven't found the joy part of their journey. They're in the journey. I would imagine that this can be and probably you would say yes to that in your own life, that when everybody else around you is perhaps thriving, as you say, surviving, getting along, having a great holidays, maybe sometimes that isn't always your story.
That's very true. This can be a very difficult time of year for anyone who has had suffering and very difficult losses.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about the 5 stages of grief, but I really do believe there's a 6th stage. And that 6th stage is discovering your joy again and allowing yourself to feel joyful again. You get past the acceptance and then allowing yourself to feel joy without feeling guilty. And I believe that joy is the Desmond Tutu, the Archbishop Desmond Tutu, he references this in a book, that joy is a generosity of spirit. And that really resonated with me, because when you have joy, if you can look at it like your joy is there to benefit someone else and not just yourself, then you're more likely to allow yourself to have it. And so I just encourage people that are having a challenging time during the holidays to allow themselves to feel their joy, because you don't necessarily find it, you always have it. It's there within you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to access it, you have to cultivate it, you have to protect it. And allow yourself to feel your joy so that your joy benefits someone else. Look at your joy as a generosity of spirit.
That's a good way to
and
look at it.
And it helps you get through these holidays.
To see it in other people, to see that coming out in other people, that's the joy.
Oftentimes when you allow yourself to be joyful, it gives people permission around you to be joyful as well.
Is that difficult to do at times, to allow that joy
Absolutely.
to come out?
I still do the work. I still do the work that I talk about in my book all the time. And I still fail, and I still stumble, and I get back up and I begin again. And I'm in the work all the time.
So it what's the subtitle? It's
From surviving to thriving.
From surviving to thriving. So
Yeah.
just getting by to succeeding.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a heck of a story.
It's an incredible story. It's a powerful story. And again, it's a testament to resilience. It's a guidebook. It's something that you don't blow through. It's something that you sit down with a highlighter, and you highlight and you read and you reread again, and you carry it with you.
Good reference book.
You put it, you carry it with you. It's a guidebook.
It's a great book. MaryBethTipton.com. Is that the best place to kind of find all the other?
Yep. I do have Yoga Living. My business is Yoga Living. And so, yes, I have a Yoga Living Instagram, Facebook, Linktree, MaryBethTipton.com, Amazon. It's everywhere.
And if you're down here in Lancaster, let's again hit up Big Brothers and Big Sisters over at what used to be the General Sherman Building. They have the Book Nook over there. It's available there. It's a wonderful place, as Mary Beth indicated. If you like books, that's the place to go locally, other than the library. That's a great place. So congratulations on a wonderful book.
Thank you. And that just reminds me, there is a copy in the library as well. I donated a copy to the library when it first came out 2 months ago.
Get online, get it. Journey to Joy, From Surviving to Thriving.
That's right.
Thanks for coming down and joining us.
Thank you.
A wonderful book. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and have a great one. Thanks for sharing your story with the world.
Thank you for having me, and Merry Christmas to you as well.
Thank you. MaryBeth Tipton, Journey to Joy. Thanks for joining us, and Merry Christmas to y'all from all of us here at Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.